Alright, ladies and gentlemen, we are back in 80 days, and we are in St. Petersburg. We are getting ready to travel to Moscow to deal with the Russians, to get on the Siberian train, to travel across Siberia. Let's go and see what happens here. Nevsky Prospekt. Let me try my Russian. Nevsky Prospekt. Immortalized by Dovinsky and Gogol, would have been unrecognizable to those venerable writers. Ugh, gosh, I've already failed on the Russian. I am sorry, I'll try again later. Imperial soldiers filled the streets in the Galitskin Kodzunzi. Gosh, man, names. Enormous black iron hydraulic walkers. Interesting. So we've got giant transport? We were battling rioting peasants. They were battling rioting peasants. Okay, let's see what this is all about. They were piloting threshers or were strapped into hammer-handed automata. There we go. Of their own, no doubt stolen from the nearby factories. I waved down the Kodunki driving soldier, so I'm gonna sort of sidle up with the soldier side, who flashed her gold double eagles in my face and rolled her eyes when I failed to understand her quick-fire Russian. We settled on German as a lingua franca, and she introduced herself as Staff Captain Akhmatova. "You should leave the city center," she said harshly, "before this foreign rabble get you a light by accident." Why are these peasants rioting? Because they are peasants. She caught my disbelieving look, and then she flexed her arm, and the walker's claw caught a thrown bottle out of the air, crushing it with a hydraulic hiss. "They want better working conditions, I think. Who knows? They make demands of the Tsar with violence." Whatever it is, they seem to want it badly, I remarked, looking over the carnage of the wide, tree-lined avenue, now blood-spattered and littered with rubble. "We are all serfs unless we have noble blood," Staff Captain Akhmatova said suddenly, voice threaded with bitterness. "Do they think they are the ones who are angry? They are the ones who dare to protest." She looked at me for a long moment, and I saw nestled beside her on the Kodunsky's control panel a hand-bound, worn copy of Marx's Communist Manifesto. Suddenly, and without a word, Staff Captain Akhmatova turned her mechanical monster away from the peasants and faced her fellow soldiers, her hands white-knuckled on the control levers as she placed her body between them and the rioters. What? We totally just convinced her to turn against the soldiers and join the peasant army? A great wordless cry rose up. It echoed against the domes of the church and traveled all the way down the wide avenue and through the alleys till it reached the Neva River, which transmitted it down its watery, curvy length. The city of St. Petersburg was going to war with itself. I will be frank, I ran away. The city of St. Petersburg was going to war with itself, and I slipped away, hoping Staff Captain Akhmatova would not be one of the casualties. Yikes. Alright, let's get the heck out of here. Alright. I don't know. I've got these other things here, but I'm just going to go ahead and do that. Tsar's finger to Moscow. Gosh. Okay, so I can hire extra space. I'm just going to hire the extra space for now. I'm going to keep the vodka. It might be helpful. It's good. We got the cold climate set, so that's going to help us. We actually gained some hearts back from this. This looks like a bothersome experience, but this makes it more comfortable. Awesome. Tsar's finger. The line from St. Petersburg to Moscow was affectionately known as the Tsar's finger and ran perfectly straight apart from a bend near the city of Novograd. The story went that the route was drawn by the Tsar with a ruler, except where he drew around his own fingertip. The route was drawn except when it was, so literally there's just like little half circles in the route. It was typical of the popular image of the interfering Russian czars, and the story we found to be widely believed. Let's go ahead and converse. So we got a nice here. Greetings, Monsieur Panfelov. I am traveling on business of the highest order. Let's go ahead and ask about Irkutsk. I'm told you can reach Irkutsk from Moscow. Have you heard that one can travel by the Mongol horse caravan from Irkutsk to Uga? What more can you tell me about Uga? Uga is filled with different kinds of Buddhist. I got a little bit of time. Let's ask about Beijing. Can you travel from Uga to Beijing? No idea, but the quickest way to Beijing is from here. From here is via Irkutsk. So we got new routes from Irkutsk. We can go to Urga. I apologize. The train was comfortable enough. I spent my first day aboard, attending my master's state, in conversation, watching the scenery go by. What's attending to my master's state? And shaving him as he seemed a little better for it. We settled down for the night, so that'll improve my relations with him. We must make haste. So he's doing okay. He's got 93. Let's continue talking to people. Greetings, Madame Midin. May I see your ticket? Let's ask about Moscow. I'm told the Tsar has formed his own secret police, I hear. I prefer the Kremlin to St. Basil's onion domes. Let's ask about Omsk. I hear you can reach Omsk from Moscow. I hear you can reach Omsk from Moscow. Hear this, some buyers will pay well for fur-lined boots from Omsk. So if we have the fur-lined boots, maybe we can get that. Let's ask about another route. Can you travel from Omsk to Ekaterinburg? I should probably pick names that I can bloody pronounce. I wouldn't believe it. What about Astrakhan? Gosh, I suck. Maybe, but the quickest way to Astrakhan from here is through Tsaryansin. Just smile and nod, everybody. I'm doing my best here. I am not Russian, nor do I know anything about how to pronounce Russian things. The train was stopped twice before reaching Moscow. The first time it was searched for artificers' equipment, and the second time they searched for weaponry. Interesting. So it seems like artificers are not really welcome here in Moscow. Pardon. And the second time they searched for weaponry, so they're definitely making sure that nobody's coming in to overthrow them. So it's good to know that we're also on day 13 here. So at this rate, I think we're going to be able to get to around the world in 80 days. We'll see. Ooh, they found my monkey wrench and confiscated it. What? Gosh dang it. It seems like the Russian police like to police. And here we were, only a few days into our long trek across the continent. Unfortunately, one of the other passengers decided to put up a fight, insisting they would not open their suitcase. A standoff commenced. I got to my feet, knowing Monsieur Fogg's wish would be for a speedy resolution no matter the cost. I approached the man directly and vouched for him. This man is a dignitary of Sweden who is intending to aid your country, I lied quickly. His case contains documents worth his life, and he cannot open them to you. The man with the suitcase shivered. You have no idea what you're doing, he said to me. I tell you, she'll kill me if she knows where I am. Who will? Demanded the soldier, leaning forward. Why, the head of Swedish intelligence. Why, the head of Swedish intelligence, I replied swiftly. Maria Maya. She is the most terrifying woman in all of Northern Europe. I've never heard of her, the guard replied. But of course not, I exclaimed. He nodded, accepting that. Then he patted the man on the shoulder. You must report to the police as soon as you disembark. We will be watching. The man nodded and the guards moved away. With them out of earshot, he turned to me. Who are you? He hissed. Are you crazy? She'll kill you too. Please, there is no Maria Maya, I replied. I made her up. I know that, he replied, but Madame Volkova is quite real and quite dangerous, and she would kill everyone on this train for what I am carrying here. What are you carrying? I demanded. Plans, he said. Inventions by the great Sinan Yehudi. He sighed. He has disappeared. I'm sure the Russians have him. I intend to bargain for his release. You walk into the lion's den, monsieur, holding a beefsteak. He smiled thinly. What choice do I have? Sinan is a very good friend. Sighing, he sat himself down, case on his lap. The train rolled on and we disembarked. I did not see the man with the case again. Your character is now polished. And now we are in Moscow. Oh, I'm the flamboyant type, I see. Alright, let's go to the market first. Salve of Arcana, part of the rest and recuperation set. We have a top hat for the genuine traveler set, which we just got rid of the trench coat, so we're not going to go for that one. So we can do the rest and recuperation set for those two. I forged Englishman's passport in the name of Jack Passenger. Let's go for the up and up. Yeah, so that's complete. It's good now. I think I'm going to get rid of the European shipping timeline, honestly, because I don't think that's going to give me much use anymore. So let's go ahead and sell that. And I think we're going to keep that. We're going to look for Tsaritsin. Actually, I should have asked about that the last time I talked to somebody, but we'll ask about that next time we get the chance, because then we can go there. All right, and plan. So, holy crap. So Urga is way over here. Irkutsk arrives next Tuesday. Let's see here. Beijing. Where was that place? Let's see. I don't think it's over here. Might be somewhere way out of the way here. I don't see anything. What's here? Ekstradenberg. Oh, Sartsin. Dang it. So I'd have to go down in order to get that. I'm not interested. I'm gonna take the rail here. So maybe let's go back to Moscow. Of course, the market opens. We'll sell it in the morning because there's no point in keeping it. Let's go to hotel. We'll pass the night here. All right. Moscow was not a comfortable city for a Frenchman. A local composer had just written a piece people were calling the 1812 Overture, commemorating the Russian victory over Napoleon's invading Grande Armée in that fateful year. So I'm not going to talk about being French here because, I mean, the French just tried to invade this place. Patriotic passions were at a fever pitch, so I stayed very sensibly indoors. Alas, my friends, my solitude was quickly interrupted by an officious rap on the door. Two men in clothes so plain that they were most certainly police officers invited themselves in. The new Tsar was a paranoid sort, so it was said. But who could blame him after having personally witnessed his father's assassination as a young man? My luck, it seemed, had deserted me, so I resolved to make my own. Interesting. They asked me my name and purpose, and I lied audaciously and wildly, playing a part of a dim-witted fool, incapable of giving even the most simplest answers to their queries. A most unaccustomed role, let me assure you. They interrupted my theatrics with a sniff. "You are a most insolent servant." That was more French than Russian, but whatever. "You are lucky that we have already spoken with your master, Gasparian Fogg, and he has satisfied us." So he changed his first name too. They proceeded to rummage through our cases, tossing our possessions in all directions, but evidently finding nothing of interest. "Do not stay in Moscow too long. Russian air does not suit Frenchmen." Ooh, so he does know I'm French. Okay. I took their warning to heart, and quite looked forward to departing the Tsarist capital. Your character is now mannered. I'm going to explore. So we can make sure that we... Ooh. Oh, gosh. I could go that way. I've spent a few hours in exploration learning ways in which we might travel onwards. So let me plan. Ooh. Zoom in, please. Okay, so this arrives Friday and costs a butt ton of money. This arrives tomorrow, and we can sell that and make some money back, and maybe, just maybe, we can travel overland to get up here, but we'll have to see. So this is Astrakhan to Ekaterinburg, so we'll have to ask questions of people to see if we can unlock travel between those two. If not, we might just end up going south. It's funny because it's like that's not really what we were planning on doing, but might just go south. Okay, I see what they mean where the Tsar's fingers they traced around, as they said, that the route was made by the Tsar's fingers, where he used a ruler except where it went around his fingers. We could definitely see that there, though I imagine it's the mountains that we're going through. Do I risk it? Because I don't know if we can connect here, and then we'll end up going through all of this. Oh, we can make some money. So arrives tomorrow, departs tomorrow, and this one departs in 2 days. So we might just want to go this way. I think that's going to be... And we've got plenty of room for our baggage. Yeah, I think that's the way we're going to go. Alright, so let's go back to Moscow. What can we do in the bank? We haven't tried this yet. We must visit the bank, Monsieur Fogg declared. You have additional funds? I am a gentleman. They would extend me credit if required, he replied. But do you suppose I put my entire fortune into a carpet bag under your supervision? I did not answer. I regarded the bank as we entered. It was a palace of stone and shimmering marble floors with beautiful windows, fountains, and plants. You wish to withdraw funds, we were told. I warn you, it may take some time. So I could get money by tomorrow. Okay, good to know. I don't need to get money now. I'm doing pretty good. But it's good to know that in the eventuality that I'm going to run out of money, that I can then come to a bank and do that. That will not do. That will not do, I told the manager. We swept out of the bank. Thankfully, our situation is not desperate, my master declared. Onwards. Alright. So let's go. Nope, we're not going to the market because we're actually going to be we're going to be selling this in the next place. So let's stay the night, and then tomorrow we will travel south. As night fell, I washed and hung our linen to ensure everything was ship-shape for our upcoming departure. I'm not risking going out in Moscow. It's already proven to be pretty hospitable. No, hospitable. Hostile. The opposite of hospitable. Alright, Tsaritsyn arrives today. Let's go. Embark. And the cold climate set's going to make him even more comfortable. Man, he's doing so good. He's having a great time. Look at this car. If that's not the most... Sure, that's the most Russian train I've ever seen. We took a freight train to Tsaritsyn. Though the line was nominally a spur of the majestic Trans-Siberian, the track was of much older construction and not designed for passengers. It was quite an imposition for Monsieur Fogg, a fact which I attempted to temper with soliditousness and care on our journey, though there was little that could be done to shield Monsieur Fogg from the rickety swaying carriage and whistling draught. Relations with Fogg have improved slightly, so I helped him out a bit there. Alright, let's talk, because I want to see if we can get connection there. Greetings, Monsieur Revenov. I am the quartermaster here. Your most strange luggage. One can also travel this way to Akhastan, I understand. Speaking of trains, I understand my childhood sweetheart was stranded in Kamskaka just before the Trans-Manchurian Express to Pyongyang. Pyongyang went missing. Actually, no, Pyongyang. Okay. So, I think it's... I want to say it's Novorossiysk. That's what I want. Is there a route from Akhastan to Novorossiysk? I don't know, but listen, it is Russia's main port on the Black Sea. What about Akhastan to Kazakh-Novik? No idea, but I do know the most efficient way to Kazakh-Novik from here is to Akhastan. What about vodka? A shot of poison for you, Monsieur Ranov. Don't mind if I do. Cool. Let's ask about... What can you tell me about Krasnovodsk? Do you realize that Merv can be reached from Krasnovik aboard the military train? What is Merv? What? Can you tell me more about Merv? I'm like switching accents so quickly here. I'm not sure why anyone would be interested in Merv. A little bit of French sneaking into the Russian there. Might as well ask about Hail. Is it possible to go from Merv to Hail? Thank you, I've enjoyed the chat. He's done with me. So we know that there's a travel there, Krimsaksyaka, which is up there, down to Beijing. So did not learn anything. So it's Ekterenberg, so we have to look about that. There we go. By the end of the day, Monsieur Fogg was feeling almost sorry for himself, or I could take Monsieur Fogg's difficulties no more. He was feeling sorry for himself, or perhaps slightly motion sick from his incessant study of the newspaper. Okay. Tsaritsyn. Good. We need to go to the market because we need to sell this, which is worth a lot of money here. Yes, that's what we needed. Gentleman Traveler, Railway Cap, Railway Man Set, Ottoman Railways. Ooh. I want this. Let's buy that. And why don't... Oh, maybe I can't buy that. It's part of the Railway Man Set, but I don't have anything else that goes with the Railway Man Set. Well, that's interesting. I thought they took my monkey wrench. That's weird. What should we do? What should we do? What should we do? Cold climate. I want to kind of... My goal is to go back up into Russia. So we're gonna need the cold climate set. Let's get rid of the monkey wrench and do the railway cap. Because why not? We don't know what that's gonna do. If I'm gonna be able to find the other piece to it. So that's a long train that we could take. Wow. Okay. So quite a few routes through Africa. It's a shame. I would rather go through Africa, but I'm already like way far past it at this point. So my hope then is that I can go to here and then somewhere along the way figure out how to get back to here so I can take the Siberian all the way through. As nice as this would have been to have, I'm like way past it at this point unless I ended up back down here in Terrain, which is a possibility. I might end up going to Akstran and not being able to get to here, so we can take this through Herat and Kabul, sort of northern, sort of into the northern section of India here. So let's go ahead and plan for that as a backup plan. Alright, back to it. So we're gonna go ahead and hotel overnight. And then tomorrow we're going to take to the next town. Though at first glance the river seemed to nourish the port of Tsaritsyn, in truth its wealth and industry found its source in oil from Bakhtu. Vast riveted iron storage tanks were everywhere. I was more interested in the theater. I'm going to look at the iron storage tanks. Powering combustion engine automobiles and industrial machines alike, I wandered the city, marveling at the warehouses and machine shops, all of which bore the copper lily seal of the Artificers' Guild. Ooh, the guild runs on Russian oil, Ottoman gold, and Chinese secrets, or so says the oft-repeated proverb. I was sufficiently exhausted by our heady journey to be nothing but pleased at the chance to while away some hours in Tsaritsyn. Good, we got some more relations with him. We're gonna... Ooh, let's go and depart. There's no sense in exploring because I know where I'm gonna go. So let's go ahead and go here and just make sure I remember... Ekterenberg. That's where I'd like to go. We'll see if I can get information going there. The freight car is in space. Oh, good. Everything's good. Awesome.